next stage is to insert a zip in the back of the dress. I'm doing that because although I have buttons down the front, they're purely decorative because we're going to put the binding around the neck and then you won't be able to open them. There are two different ways of inserting the zip into the back. There's the regular way with the normal zipper foot which comes with the machine, or I could use an invisible zipper foot which is an optional foot with this machine, and I'm going to show you both ways. When you're sewing in a standard zip, you need to close the centre seam up to where the zipper is going to go, and then you need to pin it into place. So I'm just going to place my seam over the zip and pin it into place. If I want it to be extra stable, I can also then hand sew it in, baste it into position. And it's important to make sure that any seams match. And you want the fabric to cover the zip so you can't see it. I've basted my zip in to stop the fabric from moving, and I'm going to do a running stitch down the left hand side of my zipper along and up. Because I'm going to go down the left hand side, I need to attach the right hand side of the foot to the machine. So I'm going to start sewing down the side of the zip. I just need to open it up a little bit so the zipper doesn't get in the way, and I need to make sure I've got straight stitch selected because this foot is a danger foot because it has the part in the middle. So I'm just going to line it up and start stitching down. When I get near the zipper, I'm going to raise the foot and close it up again. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the corner. So I've just put my needle down in the work again and raised my foot so I can pivot round. I'm just going to go across the edge of the zip, do a few stitches, and then again lower my foot down, raise my foot and carry on back up the other side. And then I can carry on to the end. And once again, I can lower my needle, raise my foot, I can just move the zipper back down so it doesn't get in the way, and carry on. And then when I get to the end, I can just reverse a few stitches. And that's my zipper sewn in. Okay, now we're going to insert an invisible zip. This looks a lot neater when it's finished. So what I'm going to do is, you don't need to have sewn the centre seam together, you need to have it open. I'm just going to fold over the seam allowance and place it on top of the zip, just so I know which way round to sew. I can then twist it over and pin it into place. So I'm just going to line my zip up into the right spot and place a few pins in to secure it before I sew. So I've pinned my zip into place, and now I just need to open up the zip and I'm ready to sew. I have a straight stitch selected and I've got my invisible zipper foot on. I just need to roll the teeth of the zipper out slightly because I'm going to feed them through the left hand side of the invisible zipper foot. So I've rolled it out and now I can lower it down over the teeth of the zip, and then I can start stitching down. I'm just going to do a few stitches and then move my pins as I go. And I just need to go up to the end of the zipper and then I can stop. Now I'm ready to attach the other side of the zipper, so I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to turn the seam allowance over and Just match up my seams, and then I can flip my fabric over. And then you need to always sew and pin with the zipper on top. So I just put the zipper on top, and now I can pin it into place, ready to be sewn. So I'm just going to pop a few pins in, and once I put the pins in, I'm just going to check again that my seams do actually line up. So I'm just going to have a little look. Yep, they look okay. So now I can open my zipper up. So now I'm ready to sew the other side of the zipper. I have the zipper teeth in the right hand side of the zipper foot, and I can just stitch down. It just feeds through nicely. I just need to stitch again right up to the edge, and then I can stop and take it off the machine. So the next stage is to do the zipper up and turn the fabric over so you've got right sides together, and we're going to sew this center seam up. A good tip is if you sew with a normal foot up until about 1 inch away from the zipper, then you can change over to a standard zipper foot and finish off that last bit. It's just easier because you've got the bulk of the zip in the way. So I'm just going to pop my fabric under the machine and just do a straight stitch all the way up the seam. So I finished my invisible zip, it's all put in and it's looking good. It looks nice and neat. And in the next step we're going to sew the whole dress together and we're going to put the binding on.